Good morning, everyone. This is the Futures in 5. Today's Thursday, April the 25th. I'm Anne Marie. We're looking at a holding pattern here. Pullbacks into this area have been buy zones. We have a little bit of weakness there, but the trending motion remains up. So we want to think about those sorts of things, buying those pullbacks as they come in. If they stall out, you get out of the trade. Unless you're ready to babysit a trade, today's not the day for you to trade. Every single trade you're going to have to take today, or any trade that you take today, you're going to have to babysit because there's no strong reliability event that says it's going to hold and move forward or it's going to break down and come into the support area. You are going to have to watch them, and that is across the board. We are taking a look at these motions. This still expanding, looking at the 200 level. It went up above there, not at the 214 zone, but it's still holding higher, right? And here is the last area of resistance. Old resistance, new support. This is a very swift price action event. I am extremely concerned about whether this chart has the ability to hold up and over this edge. I would suspect that any big break to the upside is going to give us a fade. So look for support to give you the good edge. Otherwise, shorting on these top sides with a very small stop is going to give you a trade that you are going to have to babysit, right? Because easily that would be counter trend if you're trying to short up here. Easily buyers could come into the mix. There's a lot of bullish pressure showing here. So if you want to trade with the trend, I would wait for a support zone or you're going to expand your risk. This morning I was on the Benzinga pre-market show. Always fun with those guys. They just have such a good sense of humor, and they certainly get my crazy sense of humor. And so it's a win-win there. But we talked about 3M really guiding lower, missing earnings. They've got a big upheaval. They're, going to be changing their structures. It was just a mess for them. And because the Dow is weighted, it is really bringing the charts down here, but down into what? Looks like a support zone to me. First fast bounce right around this edge. But again, another trade you're going to have to babysit. If it can't get up over 450, 26,450, you're going to be looking at a fade action that could come in a bit deeper. Old resistance, new support, that brought in big wicks. It could get pretty ugly. My thought is that it does try to recover. There's a lot of upside pressure. For oil, we are taking a look at the oil chart that is sitting relatively sideways. How many days have we been looking at 65.60? Has anything changed? Well, a little bit of the undercurrent has changed. It's still a bullish chart, right? If it loses this trend line, watch for the failed retest of that trend line, which actually could be right here, right now. I actually have a short triggering at 65.96. You'll see it in the blog if you are one of our traders. But, you're going to have to babysit this one. It could only rise a few pennies and then come back down, or it could uh, rise and hold. So you've got to nurse this. Make sure that it loses this level. If it comes back here and starts to bounce, you've got to take some profit. For gold, I believe that gold is in a bottoming formation. Talked about that for a bit. It is holding this edge. I like what I am seeing. Am I comfortable buying here? No. I want to see it bounce and then come back. I want to see it build that inverted head and shoulders, come back and hold 1274. Then I'll feel pretty good. This trend line here is terrible, and so I want to watch for that very carefully. All right, so I wouldn't chase this one. Let it pull back, see what's going on, but this is a bottoming formation. You want to watch for it. All right, good luck trading.